You're coming too.
What started as a dream is now our reality. 6 years ago, we poured her ballast, raised every frame, cut every plank, and named her Renoviva. Ready for life back on the ocean, this year we're determined to set sail.
Would you look at that? I'd say that's the making of a fine cruising vessel.
We're Salt and Tar, and this is our life. We're happy to share, and thanks for joining us. Our mornings begin with discussion, where we're at with projects and our intentions for the day. Today is all about the Forepeak, extending our bunk and adding storage. In rough seas, it can be quite uncomfortable up here. By extending the bunk to the hull, we could sleep sideways and gain a lot of storage space. So it's over to the bunker, where I'll continue progress on the anchor locker box and we can sort through material.
Maybe you want to cut this into 2x2s.
Okay.
Or unless you want to reserve that as a 2x6.
No, I mean, I doubt we'd need 2x6 for anything.
Yeah, so that might be a good one to cut down. You can get, I guess, 3 2x2s out of that.
Okay.
I'm gonna help Garrett rip up some things so him and Noah can get started on the little modification to our bunk up forward, and then eventually the clothes storage, which will be really nice to have instead of just totes and cardboard boxes, which is how it's been what feels like forever now.
Yeah.
And so I'm also...
And Noah's doing it, so it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. And then I'm going to kind of rough sand up the anchor locker box just a little bit. And primarily I'm just painting the back side where it will rest up against the framing there and the Samson post, and the underside, the stuff we can't get to, and hopefully that'll dry and we can get that in place too, maybe tomorrow or something like that. But since it's rainy anyway, we can't really do a whole lot of cutting here at the bunker, so I can kind of block up this whole bunker space and set this up to paint, and it won't stink anybody out that's working on the boat.
Okay, 2 pieces, 60 inches. Okay. So Noah's working on starting the modification of the Ford Bunk project. Like we've talked about before, we're just going to move, just extend the entire bunk out to the hull, and then after that we're going to move on to figuring out our clothes storage areas. But we figured we should get this done and in place first, so we know exactly, you know, the feel of the space that we're working with.
Little framing extensions out to receive the plywood that goes back through there.
Nice. Just kind of set the table saw up in between a lull of the rain, milled some soggy lumber, so.
Piece of nicer wood that you want to stick in there. Might as well make it look pretty.
Okay.
And it can be at least those dimensions.
Okay. 1 3/8 by
So it goes from 1 inch at the bottom to 1 3/8 at the top, and it's about 23 inches long.
Okay.
So any of those ribbings that are left from something in the bunker might
Okay. I'll go hunt for something cool. So lots of quick progress made on the bunk mod. Got this wall in. Noah did a nice clean cutout. And need it?
Nope.
Okay. And then fit this nice piece of cherry in there to close this gap up. And this will get trimmed out with some nice hardwood. We just got to pick which one we want to use. And so he's finishing templating off the top. Tomorrow we'll get plywood. We couldn't do it today because it was rainy all day. So finish up the templates and then we can start thinking about the clothes storage. Start making some patterns and stuff, and then tomorrow will just be a big plywood run and lots of plywood, which is always fun because it's big visual changes pretty quick.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy to see this whole thing. Just giant bed space.
Yeah.
Is there anything under here that I shouldn't hit with a drill bit? How thick is the floor?
Probably not. It's the floor, like the subfloor is 3/4 plywood, and then the thickness of that cherry is what, like, I don't know, 3/16. The only thing is, if it does go all the way through, there is miscellaneous wiring and stuff in there,
Fuel lines
and water lines, and
it won't go all the way through. I don't think.
Now to design our clothes storage.
Sure. Drill.
Do you want to make it 8 or do you want to go lower? Nice and.
I think we can go lower.
So we'll just lap it over like a 1/2 inch right here on the bottom.
Doesn't feel too big.
Or too small.
Or too small.
Keep in mind your back is beyond where the you have a pillow in there and you're leaning up against it.
Yeah.
End up something like that.
Yeah.
10 inches is speaking to me.
Yeah.
Do you have a better idea of whether you want the same thing on this side?
I mean, me personally, seeing it, I kind of lean towards no. What do you think?
I lean towards yes.
Oh dear.
Should we mock up a second one and you get a better visual on that?
Okay, you where you want to be?
Just roughly.
What does he think?
Okay, yeah, there's plenty of room.
There's plenty of room.
There's plenty of room. She was right.
Plenty of room.
Wait, let's see. Make sure my flat screen
Oh my gosh.
of adequate size can. Oh my! I can only fit a 32-inch in here.
Not unless you put it on a swivel mount on the on the mast there. Is that a huge one?
I don't actually care about flat screens. Just to clarify that for.
All right, it's the next morning, and our first task today was going to Home Depot and buying some plywood so we can get to the whole forward bunk area today. So I'm going to be helping Noah, and I think Garrett might even be getting in, helping us too. And so we got some plywood. And we got our patterns already. There's patterns. You gonna scoot over? You gonna scoot over? Start with the patterns that Noah finished making yesterday and get the one inside wall for underneath the bunk and then the 2 extra panels that we have to put on the top for the extension. And then it kind of wraps up that space a bit, I think. I think we can probably finish it. Whatever needs finishing, Garrett and I can do that after Noah leaves, and we can move on to the clothes storage, which will be really exciting. Is that kind of the game plan?
I was zoning out.
Oh.
I didn't really hear what you said.
Good boy.
Is here gonna be in your way, or should I go to that side?
That'll be good.
Okay.
What's your plan for today?
Help you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Almost.
I'll grab the tools, and then do you want to ride down with me?
All right, we're heading back to the boat.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's perfect. There's some random ones in here that have a Starbucks.
Oh yeah, it's like half and half.
Oh my
It'd
goodness.
probably get
Garrett.
worse because I keep waiting the square ones.
Like, why won't it attach? Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Good.
So we're extending the bed,
Cool.
and Noah's getting started on the clothes.
This is what I did
Storage.
yesterday. This panel here and all this framing
beams.
along the back, and
And
made
then-
templates for all the plywood that goes in here.
This is like our mock-up.
Oh,
So it'll be small, medium, large.
Oh, cool.
So like 3 openings, more or less, is kind of what it'll be on the other side.
Yeah.
Garrett wants to hide up her scars from when
Oh,
the cabin used to come all the way out here.
yeah.
Yeah. Have a place to put clothes.
Yeah. Essentials. What's happening?
It's been a long 7 years to get to this point. We've had to put so many things aside to make this happen. Renoviva is not done yet, but we need to feel like sailors again. Our decision-making and project choices are in an attempt to find a balance between building and finishing Renoviva and sailing and traveling on her. The beginning of our weather window for sea trialing in the bay and sailing south is rapidly approaching, and we're gonna need proper spaces to store the essentials. So while I secure the panels for the bunk extension, Noah begins the patterns for the inner walls of our first hanging cabinets. You wanna do these, the front and end, cut and make them before we do the two inner walls? Then we have something solid.
Okay.
We got a question for you, Garrett.
What's that?
Up here in the small compartment.
Is this all good to?
Yeah. Just wondering if we can take a corner off of that piece. You can see where Noah marked the line.
Yeah, that should be no problem. I'm working on that.
Okay. What are you doing? Definitely. Nice.
One notch.
Oh, that's great.
2 notches. 3 notches. And then just a little vent.
smidge.
And then closed.
That looks awesome. Perfect.
With minimal clearance here
Yeah,
and minimal clearance there,
right.
that's about as efficient as it can get.
Yeah, no, I think you got it perfect.
And I didn't want, my initial thought was to try to have the closed position in this notch here.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realized as the gasket compresses over time, or if these,
Oh.
the latches that are going to go on here eventually pull it even tighter.
You want to have that extra
Yeah,
space.
you need some adjustability there. So I think it's better to not be in a notch when it's closed. And this can be tightened down
Yeah.
as a latch. And then
Extra latch.
It's also nice because it gives you that option to just have this slight bit of ventilation.
Yeah.
there.
No, that worked out just great. Awesome.
Another thing you can do,
There
flip
you
it
go.
around.
Give it a little.
Yeah.
This is the one that had to fit a little bit around. I might need to take a little.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it fits. It just seems to fit pretty well.
Oh, just on the inside, yeah. Hey, look at
So, do you care if the end of the cabinet is here with this little offset, or would you prefer to have it out there?
that. No, I think that's just fine, yeah. There we go.
I like the venting. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
You know, I feel like that could be very useful.
Yeah. That wind is just cranking in right
Yeah.
now.
Have to get used to that line being there. Two more. Walls are going in. Yeah. Alright, so we've finished. In, out, in, out. That's what the inside looks like. Or the underside, I mean. And we're gonna create a little extra shelf here. And then this is our fill for the water tank underneath the bed. So we're just gonna do a hole saw and then just stick it up through the bottom.
You're gonna attempt to gingerly remove the bottom one?
Yeah.
Careful there, wreck it, Ruth. I think Noah's technique is probably a little bit better than the beating with the screwdriver.
It's just gonna snap a bunch.
I have another piece here.
Oh yeah, I do too. Well, we know the glue is strong. Kind of yank out. There we go. That's
That's our temp.
Oh, jeez. Look at that thing.
It's like a
Noah. This
cityscape.
is our brainchild.
That is a piece of art.
Yeah, we're gonna save this one.
All right. Look at that.
Pretty slick.
Let's get some usable footage here, you guys.
You're super cool. Here you go.
What?
Just for you.
You're not doing anything.
You're better at
It's
it
your
than I am.
It's your job right now.
What? Stupid.
Ooh, $68. Some intimate filming. That's just all part of the blog. Okay.
What?
I was more just thinking in my head out loud a little bit.
Ow, 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 ow. I'm okay. Ow.
You okay?
Yeah, I was trying to be like cinematic. Like follow you and then like come out the other way.
You just fell.
Ow.
Do we have a decision on the? What do you?
Hey Gary, you paying attention?
More or less.
Less or more?
What are you? I'm just curious what's going through your head right now.
Oh, you're talking to me?
No,